committed to documenting this work. I committed to good days, bad days, and just sort of understanding my learning. Today is no different. Today is a rainy, strange 35 degree day in which I'm going to get out there and try and get a run in. The temperature is supposed to go up. So the goal today, the last run that I had was a snow run, and that was brutally challenging and fun all in the same breath. Today is a little bit different because of the rain. I actually feel like these days are worse. I don't know where my head is on running in the rain. I don't love it. I'm trying to reframe it right now. I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to step out there and tell myself that this won't be that bad. But the reality is it might be. So I'm going to get out there right now and try and work on a little bit of form today too. I think I'm going to stay low heart rate, try and work on some form because my form was a little bit off last week. I'm really trying to concentrate on getting that foot strike down to avoid a heel strike, which is what I've been reading a lot about, making sure that I'm not striking the heel, making sure that I'm getting off my feet a little bit quicker. So I'll be able to concentrate on the lower half today, which I wasn't able to do in the snow the other day, and also incorporating some mindfulness around the arm swing as well, since I had to incorporate that the other night anyhow, and it just sort of worked out, and I actually felt more productive and efficient. So we'll get at it. I'll keep you posted. So I finished that run in the rain just now. Three things on my mind, because I was thinking about this a little bit. I was like, I keep coming back to why am I doing this? So that's the first thing I want to address. I think documenting this journey holds me accountable. It allows me to create something. I feel compelled to do something with my time, and creating is a great tool. And then the third thing I think it helps with is understanding my learning. So if anything, on this particular channel, you'll see a lot of posts around things like teaching, running, my general thoughts and ideas, things that I'm learning about. And then you'll also see perhaps some baseball stuff too. I'm not sure if I've decided to start documenting some of that things. I think it's tricky when you're working with kids, but I'm going to put some things out there and I'm going to continue to learn. So that's what this channel is really about. The second thing is these runs are more like learning for me, because I'm out there listening to these podcasts and these books. You know, I just finished Never Split the Difference as one book and thought about its application and how it sits with what I'm trying to do. Listen to a lot of Tim Ferriss podcasts out there, a lot of Seth Godin, and a lot of Malcolm Gladwell seem to be the centerpieces for what I'm listening to right now. But all of those things continue to flood ideas, and I get ideas on those runs about education. So that's what this channel is really about. Second, and to be honest with you, when I first started like new learning in my life, like running, I looked for channels that were from people like me doing the thing that I'm doing, and I couldn't find them. I found the experts, and the experts really resonated with me, and they taught me a ton, and they continue to teach me a ton, but they weren't for guys like me getting to a stage in life where you're worried about your parenting, you're worried about time you're spending with your family, you have a full-time job, that sort of thing, and you're trying to also squeeze in these moments of fitness and fitness goals. And so, you know, when you can't find the thing that you want, you have to figure out a way to create it. And perhaps there are many people like me out there doing this sort of work. So that was the reason. The second thing I want to talk about is form on my run. I was really dialed into my breath, which I think helped slow down, like make more fluent my rhythm and sort of cadence for running. That was a big focus of mine. And then I focused a lot on my my foot strike, as I mentioned. That was a big thing that I was going to go after today. That felt good at times, and it felt bumpy at times. And the more I concentrated on it, the better it got. When I didn't concentrate on it and I caught myself slipping into bad habits, I don't know how long those bad habits lasted. So it's hard to say. The heart rate, again, just using the Apple Watch for right now, I feel like, as far as what I can tell, it was around the 140 range, which would be in that good zone 2 for me, almost maybe approaching zone 1 if I got down to 137, I'm not sure. So that felt good. The third thing I want to talk about is this. I had this conversation with a colleague yesterday, and it was just sort of reaffirmed for me in the podcast that I just listened to by Seth Godin. And he talks about doing things for the long game. So it's not just about creating content or creating content that is bad and trying to spread those ideas. I'm not necessarily trying to spread ideas as a main goal, right? I have ideas. I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of things that I think about. Ideas for education, ideas for fitness, ideas for parenting, ideas for coaching, you name it. But I think what this documenting will do is it will sharpen my ideas. And so it's almost what Seth talks about is kind of being in it for the long game. And the conversation I had with my colleague was, man, I just started documenting things that I'm learning. And I think my channel or my content is more of a learning content, right? Like it's all about a learning journey. It's about the things I'm learning, and maybe there are things in here that could help others. And if I could be of service to others or support others in their learning or their journey or things that they're on about, man, that's pretty important work. As far as it's the most important work that I could do. So by documenting this, I said, man, I just started documenting. I feel okay with it. I used to feel fearful to put myself out there, to put my thoughts out there, to put my face somewhere, to show up. And I realized, no. It's exactly that. It is showing up to do consistent work, to have a consistent message that will continue to grow and change and evolve and get better and refined as time goes on. So I said, man, if I had started doing this, and I just celebrated a birthday and yesterday. And so one of the things I said to him was, if I had been documenting my learning over the last 10 years of my life, I think I would have had more insight into where I am. I think I'm aware now, but I think more insight into, habits, routines, values, learning, pursuits, goals. Like I just would have been more refined that way. So I think that kind of hit home for me today. That was a big understanding. It was like, just continue to document. It doesn't matter if anybody watches it. It's really going to be beneficial for me to watch it, my kids to watch it back someday, to think about how might they push their own learning. And you have agency over that. You can control what it is you learn, what you take in. So yeah, that's what this channel is about. This is really about me documenting my learning. Well, thanks for watching. It's my thoughts. About a 5-mile run, by the way, that I capped off there with tons of learning, obviously, and thinking. And so the other thing, too, was the rain was a pretty fantastic teacher. Again, I had moments where I was out there and I'm like, I just want to quit. I'm soaked. Everything that I'm wearing is soaked. My shoes, you can't really see them, are absolutely destroyed and soaked. I will dry those off. And again, the rain, just like the snow, any of these weather events that we have are great teachers for sort of, it forces your mind to do things like, hey, look, we should just quit. We should just turn it in. Now's a good time to stop. And it's about understanding that you're out there for a period of time, in this case 5 miles, and being able to get through it was really important. So again, thanks to the rain for being a great teacher, and thanks for watching.
Let me see.